Hi, everybody. This is Jay from The Couple Cure. I wanted to do a quick recording today because of something that I recently heard, and I thought it would be very impactful to talk about. I heard an interview recently where Karen Fine, the author of The Other Family Doctor, was being interviewed. This is a recent book. From what I can tell, it's going to be one of those that's both kind of gut-wrenching and really good. But it's about a veterinarian, and it's her memoir. And one of the first stories she tells in the interview is the story of a cat. This cat is a stray, and it has a very small wound in its paw. But the very small wound is really causing it a lot of problems because it's gotten infected. And what's happened is one of its claws has grown back into its own paw, and it's caused an infection. Well, part of her training, part of her way of dealing with the cat was to put a net over the cat. And as she was working with the cat, eventually what the cat did, because she knew she could now give it antibiotics, but until she fixed the wound, she wouldn't be able to heal the cat. But how do you get the cat to work with you? And eventually what the cat did was it stuck its own paw through the net and held its paw perfectly still and allowed her to clip the nail. And to me, that just spoke absolutely to the way most men I've ever worked with are, including myself. We have not ever been comfortable with being vulnerable. We, meaning guys like myself, guys who are addicted to pornography. I'm not lumping all guys in, and maybe there are women out there that feel this way, but I'm not one of them, so I don't know. But what I saw in my own life was, even though I had an injury, even though I had something that was infecting my life and was slowly killing me, I would find a distraction. I would find something that allowed me to deal with the pain and never really get the wound cleaned up and tended to, never really get healed. And it would be too difficult or too vulnerable to go to someone with this wound and show it to them, because in my past, I have felt like when I have taken my wounds to other people, it has opened the door to being taken advantage of or abused. Not physical abuse, but emotional abuse. And I think a lot of guys experience that. We are not trained to do anything other than to rub some dirt on it, walk it off, don't cry. You know, what are you being a baby about? Why are you whining over something? And so when it comes to emotional pain, most guys do not feel safe bringing this to another person until we are caught in a net where we don't have any other. I have come to the end of every resource, distraction, outlet that I have, until, like that cat, I finally have to stick my hand through that net. And sometimes that takes a very loving person in my life to step in and say, you're wounded and you need someone to heal that wound. It needs to get fixed. So if you have someone in your life, someone who was like me, and would not talk about what was going on for them, would not deal with their addiction. One of the most loving things you can do is throw that net over them that removes every other opportunity of escape for them, so that they can say the three most vulnerable words that most men will never say. They will finally come to the end that they finally stick their hand out like that cat did. And they say those vulnerable words of, I need help. Thank you.